Hey guys, I want to take a moment to talk to you about how to prepare for a message when speaking in a character leadership class. Because you only have 10 minutes, a maximum of 10 minutes to speak, it is essential that you focus on exactly what you need to speak on and you don't get sidetracked. This is going to help in your preparing. It's going to make you very efficient and you're going to know exactly you're going to have creative ways of knowing what to talk about based off this outline method. I use the SOAP method, and that's what I want to talk to you about. In journaling scripture, many of you guys have done this before, but you use the acronym SOAP. SOAP stands for Scripture, Observation, Application, and Prayer. When you're speaking to a character leadership class, it's very similar, almost identical. The only difference is instead of stating a scripture, you're actually going to tell a story. This could be your personal story, it could be your testimony, it could be a story from history, a character in history, or even a current event. After you tell this story, there's going to be truth that you get from this story. A big point that the lesson that you've learned from this life story, the lesson that you've learned from this historical figure or this current event, that is the character trait. That is the truth or the lesson that you want to talk about. That's the observation part, O. So you told your story, S. Now you're talking about your observation, the lesson that you're learning from this. After you stated the lesson that we learned from this story, now you're going to go into application. This is A, application. This is where now we told the story, we talked about what we got from it, the lesson we learned from it, the character trait that's needed or the truth that we learned from it. Now let's talk about how to practically apply this truth to our life. And this is where we're going to give the students practical pointers on how they can live out this characteristic or this character trait or this truth in their life. Once you give those practical points, you will end with an inspirational statement encouraging them that they can go change the world. Whatever you want to do, be inspirational. And then at the end, what I like to do oftentimes, because P stands for prayer, is I close it out and I say, listen, if any of you need prayer about this thing in your life, maybe you struggle with lying, or maybe you struggle with your identity, I'd love to pray with you. And we're up here, the leaders are up here to pray for you at the end. So this is a simple way of doing this, and it's very effective. So to go over it one more time, when you're preparing your outline, you have the SOAP method. S stands for story. O stands for observation. That's the lesson that you've learned from this, the truth that you get out of this. A stands for application, your practical pointers on how you're actually going to take steps to live this out. And then P is prayer. So that's it. In the next video, I'm going to actually give a live example of what this would actually look like.